Hello, everyone. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. My name is Rachel. I am the Client Success Coordinator here at Early Learning Ventures, one of our Client Success Coordinators. And at Early Learning Ventures, our mission is to ensure that every child, regardless of background, has access to the high quality early care and education they deserve during the most critical stages of their development. We offer a range of free resources to the entire childcare industry, including a monthly newsletter, these weekly live What's Up Wednesday videos, office hours open for anyone to connect with our expert staff to get any of your ECE questions answered, and a weekly podcast called Family Engagement Fridays with tips for parents and so much more. Other resources we offer also include our administrative support through our 3 software systems: Alliance Core for childcare management, Alliance Credible for food program reporting, and Alliance Care for substitute placement through substitute placement agencies. What's Up Wednesday was started in 2020 as a way to deliver educational content in a clear and accessible format. Just this year alone, we have covered a wide range of topics and resources, from hiring tools, Colorado licensing updates, survey feedback results, internal ELV updates, like we did some updates and shared about progress on our food program reporting software, Credible. And we also got to meet some of our ELV staff and learn about the work that they're doing within the organization to support not just ECE staff, but also children and their families as well. We've hosted episodes specifically for our Arabic speaking and Spanish speaking communities, and the response was incredible. Our Arabic language episode remains our most watched video to date, and this really highlights a clear need for more content in these languages, and we're committed to continuing and expanding our efforts to meet that need. Both episodes focused on sharing information about training opportunities available in those languages, ensuring accessibility and inclusion for our diverse audiences. But before we get started today, we do have a giveaway winner to announce. Over the last few weeks, we have asked you all what you do to take care of yourselves outside of caring for children. And we selected a comment at random, and our winner is Nabila. I'm going to share my screen here. Congratulations, Nabila. Thank you so much for sharing what you do to support yourself. Nabila shared that she takes care of herself and supports her mental health and well-being by swimming and exercise. So thank you again, Nabila, for sharing. Congratulations. I will reach out to you to get your scholarship set up. So it's very exciting. Thank you to everybody who participated. I think it's great to read through those comments and to share and see what others are doing to support themselves. So for today's episode, we are going to take a little trip down memory lane and highlight some of the topics and resources that we covered this year. Please remember that you can find the full version of any of these episodes shared on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or on our website, earlylearningventures.org.
Majid Abu Bakr, and we will switch to the Arabic language just because we try to deliver the information for our Arabic community. فحضرتك إذا ممكن تقدمي نفسك بالعربي.
أنا جاد عبد المنعم، مديرة لبرايت أكاديمي كايل كير سنتر، ومالكة لنفس السنتر، باركر ليرنينج سنتر.
شكرا جزيلا أستاذة نجاة. وأنا
شكرا لك أستاذة.
تسلمي. مثل ما حكيت، اسمي سعاد الطائي، وأنا بشتغل مع ال Early Learning Ventures.
Yeah, and I'll just level set a little bit about tax credits and what they are. Tax credits are reductions in taxes owed based on different life circumstances, like having kids or having a job or being in school. If the credits are refundable, it means that you can get that money back as a check or a direct deposit if you don't owe more than the credit.
Yeah, so We really want to find gaps in the industry to provide some supports around. And so for us, it was pretty clear that one of those gaps was with the infant and toddler orientations that happen on site for programs. We had heard.
So another one of our free resources for those of you who are located in Colorado is the Shared Services Resource Platform. So I'll let Milena and Ava go ahead and share about that.
Yeah, so if you're unaware of the platform, this is a one-stop shop. It has a ton of resources. It's kind of like a little rabbit hole of everything you could imagine that's necessary as an ECE individual. So even if you're a teacher, a sub, a provider, whoever you are, you will benefit from the things that this platform has to offer. You can also scan that QR code and register for a free account. We will get that approved within the same day, but has a lot of templates, assessments, discounts, savings, tools, really kind of you name it, there's information in there. And Ava, I'll let you touch on that Acquire for Hire piece too.
Oh, so Acquire for Hire, if anyone knows about it, Acquire for Hire is a scalable applicant tracking system built for groups. And it really makes a hiring process an easy things to do. So if you have not heard about Acquire for Hire, or you like to be using the program, please contact us and we're happy to help you through it. As soon as you get the access to the resource platform, you have to be a Colorado resident. We'll be help you through setting it up, and it will make your hiring process much easier and enjoyable. So.
My name is Melissa Mares. I'm the Director of Early Childhood at the Colorado Children's Campaign. And the Colorado Children's Campaign is a nonprofit, nonpartisan research, policy, and advocacy organization that's actually been around since 1985, serving Colorado kids and families. And we do work in early childhood, which is why I'm here, but also across child and family health issues, youth success, which looks at the needs of youth from kindergarten through 12th grade, and family economic prosperity. So.
Yes, so family leave, it stands for Family and Medical Leave Insurance, and we do pronounce the acronym FAMILY. And it's a little bit different than the federal FMLA leave for larger employers. So it provides paid leave for our Colorado workers.
So synergetic play therapy, you probably would get a different answer from pretty much everyone who is certified in it as far as what would be the thing about synergetic play therapy. The way I like to explain it to parents, though, is it really is kind of foundationally around nervous system regulation. So it's really about understanding nervous system regulation and dysregulation and those times when we become activated, and then being able to utilize that to help support kids with emotional regulation, right?
Yes, so the Substitute Workforce Program, it's a fund that was created by the Colorado Department of Early Childhood with its objective was to really look at support services for the staffing challenges that providers are having. And Early Learning Ventures was chosen as the intermediary for this fund. And we're really looking at, it's no secret staffing is hard to come by, and recruitment, retention are all challenges. And then to add to that, because of the business model with early childhood, it's so narrow. And so it's not always possible, even if you can find extra staff, it's not always an option to have extra staff available to cover when teachers need time off, they have professional development, they might have an emergency where their illness, family illness. And so it presents an even bigger challenge, right? That when substitutes aren't available or an extra staff, we result to shuffling existing staff around, which then in turn causes more burnout and frustrations. And so this project really looks at how do we build this substitute pool so that we have substitutes to call on, that they are available when needed, and that we can take that burden off of the staff and the administration and really focus on the important things that need to happen and not trying to juggle everything around.
So yeah, thanks again for having me. My name's Elise Henson. I work at an organization called Gary Community Ventures, which is a Colorado-based philanthropic organization focused on improving opportunity for low-income kids and families in the state. And it's sort of a unique organization. It does a lot of different things, including making grants and impact investing in for-profit companies. The part of the organization that I work on and that my friend Ben originated from is called our Ventures team, where we are actually building and testing products and programs and services in-house. And then we work really closely with community members to make sure that there's demand for them, that they work. Sometimes they don't, and then scale them up if they do. And I think a fun piece that will come through in this conversation is that the team that I work on, like, we are a bottom-up sort of approach to community solutions. So we are working directly with families, directly with navigating organizations, with early childhood providers. Those are our folks. We try to deliver value at that level of the system. And then that often actually allows us to understand better what might happen at the policy level or the state level, or other sort of like opportunities for systemic change. So that's sort of how we go about our work. We do quick, scrappy work. And then in the case of my friend Ben, we sometimes find things that are meeting a real need and are delivering value. And then we go ahead and scale them as well.
I want to explain that there is a distinction between the time-space percentage and the time-space calculation. Sometimes they get a little bit confusing. So percentage represents the portion of expenses incurred for a provider's home that can be attributed to their business. The calculation is simply a series of steps that the providers can use to find that percentage of the home expenses that can be attributed to their business use as well. Now, it considers the amount of time that the home is used for business and the space in the home that is used for business as well.
So the Culture of Wellness was, it's basically an evidence-based program. We started off with using a curriculum called Integrated Nutrition Education Program, which has been around for over 30 years. And we adapted that to make it more appropriate for the early childhood education ages. So we primarily started with 3 to 5-year-olds in preschool. Since then, we have added toddlers, and then we have expanded into all the way up to 5th grade and kind of merged our programs. So literally, it's called the School Wellness Program for all the grades, but the one we're talking about today is specifically for the preschool age group. What we do is we basically are a strength-based program. We focus on different areas such as child focus and adult focus. And for child focus, we talk about healthy eating and active living. We provide nutrition education lessons that come into the classroom. I can get into that a little bit more. And then they get to bring food home, and they get to share it with their family members at home if they're in a FFN group, or if they're in an ECE, they get to do this group lesson in a story time, in a small center, or whatever's appropriate for that age group. And then it goes hand in hand. When you're eating healthy, you really want to be more physically active. So we do a lot of physical activity lessons, music, movement, anything to get the provider, the classroom, the parents, the volunteers, anyone that's in the environment up and moving and increase their steps throughout the day. In addition to that, we do our adult-focused programs, which are workplace wellness workshops. We do a Text to Live Healthy texting platform. And then we tie it all up with a policy, system, and environment change process. That's a lot of words and a big word, but basically you're assessing where you're at. You're identifying new things you'd like to do. And then you're coming up with a plan. Let's make it happen. And we work with providers in licensed ECE centers and with family, friend, and neighbors who are providing a much needed service to neighbors, friends, family, and that type of support network.
So the name of this podcast is called Coffee and Crumbs with First Time Working Moms. A little catchy title there. I happened to be in our office one day, and I walked into the lunchroom and to get some water, and there were a few people sitting there having lunch, and a couple of the people on this panel happened to be sitting there, and they were talking, and I really don't know what we were talking about, but I heard they were talking a little bit about being parents and different things, and we just were conversing for a while, and I said, oh, wouldn't it be great if you could be on a podcast for Family Engagement Fridays to talk about being a mother, first-time mom. And
I'm CEO of Civitas Strategies. We are a 15-year-old mission-driven organization, and we focus on helping forgotten businesses, as we call them. So these are small businesses, micro businesses that are so critical to families, but often lack the profit margin to be able to afford high quality support for their business, to keep it stable, to grow it over time. And that is what we do. And we work primarily with childcare businesses, both family care as well as centers across the nation. We do that only through government or foundation contracts. So we don't charge providers. This is not going to be some webinar where I'm going to say, for $19.95, you could do this, right? We've worked with ELV in the past and had the pleasure of doing that and offering our services to providers. And we're always glad to help. And one of the subjects I love to talk about, in addition to taxes, is retirement. So I'm very excited to start chatting.
And from all of us here at Early Learning Ventures, we want to wish you a very safe and very happy holiday season. And we will see you back here again in 2025. Bye. Thank you.